It's game over, man! Game over! In honor of Alien Covenant this month, I'm going to be reviewing Aliens from 1986, a classic 1980s film directed by James Cameron, a sequel to Ridley Scott's classic from 1979, Alien. James Cameron not only adds aliens, making it plural, but he also makes it a science fiction action film. Very different from his predecessor, which was a science fiction horror suspense film. It is just amazing. It was even nominated for 7 Academy Awards, including Best Actress for Sigourney Weaver as Ellen Ripley. It won 2 Academy Awards. Still a great feat for not only an action film, but a science fiction action film at that. It doesn't try to imitate the original film at all. It is a completely different monster on its own. It is its own film. And James Cameron brings a lot of his great directing qualities to this film, as well as the story with his screenwriting. He did this right after Terminator. He was working on the screenplay before Terminator, decided to do the Terminator, and Fox did the logical thing, and quite unexpected thing, and waited for James Cameron. They loved what they read. So after doing Terminator, James Cameron finished Aliens, brought Ellen Ripley on board, Sigourney Weaver, and everything is history. So what is Aliens about? It takes place 57 years after Ellen Ripley survived her disastrous ordeal and escaped the Nostromo. She has been asleep throughout the galaxy in cryogenic stasis. She is found, and back on Earth, nobody believes her story about the aliens on the moon of LV-426. Yeah, nobody believes her story, and you find out that people are now living in LV-426. It's no longer a moon that's habitable now. So Weyland-Yutani, the company, decides to go over there after a colony that's been on the planet. It has no communication whatsoever. Ripley doesn't really want to go, and she's brought along to help with a group of colonial marines, and they're going to investigate what happened at the colony, and if there's aliens, they're going to exterminate them once and for all. Now, of course, you know, there's more to it than that, more twists, stuff that hits the fan, and during this, we meet a girl named Newt, a young girl, and the special edition version of this actually has more backstory to her family. Also gives us closure for Ellen Ripley's daughter, who you found out died from old age while she was in cryogenic stasis. So it's quite sad, but in the theatrical edition, they just go there. But in the special edition, there's a little bit more added that makes it a little bit of a longer film at the beginning. But it's still pretty much the same plot. They find Newt, and she's been hiding. She does not want to fight the alien. She's doing the smart thing, staying the hell away from them. And it's a great story. The Colonial Marines are having issues, and you have Michael Bihn's character, Bill Paxton. You have Lance Henriksen as Bishop, an android. And after everything that happened with Ash in the previous one, Ripley's really kind of cautious and just very critical of Bishop. She doesn't really fully trust him. And there's just a lot of memorable scenes in this, with the knife scene, Bill Paxton's character, the alien queen fight, just everything. But yeah, that's pretty much the basic story. They're there. And of course, there's more twists to it. Paul Reiser's character plays a guy with an ulterior motive with Weyland-Yutani Corp. And all around, it's just everything you want in an alien film. It's an action film, but it also has moments of suspense. It has a great story with a lot of turns. And yeah, it's one of the best science fiction films, one of the best action films. Stan Winston came in and basically helped with the special effects. They had about 14 to 16 operators with the Queen. And the one thing this film does, not only that makes it great on its own, but that really solidifies it as a great sequel. We further get more development with the character of Ellen Ripley and also with the creatures of the xenomorphs. And that's something very rare in a sequel. And again, it benefited from not trying to copy Alien. Nobody can replicate Alien, so they just did an entirely different movie on its own. And that's one thing I like. It's a completely different movie, and you can enjoy the first 2 films on their own. They're both classic science fiction films. This one's more the action-oriented one. There's going to be people that prefer Alien over Aliens, and then like myself that prefers Aliens over Alien. Either way, they're both great. And yeah, you can definitely tell James Cameron's direction with the blue lighting and everything. It has that look that's in True Lies, Avatar, Titanic, and The Abyss. And a little bit of T2 as well. Great performances. Lance Henriksen as the android. Bill Paxton, may he rest in peace. John Hurt and Bill Paxton passed away this past year. Is this kind of sad, but Bill Paxton plays such a great character. And Michael Biehn. Michael Biehn wasn't originally going to be Colonel Hicks. It was actually played by James Remar, and he was fired because he had like drug possession or whatever. He was going through some bad drug problems. So Michael Biehn came in, and he did a great job. He worked with James Cameron in The Terminator. He was Kyle Reese. And he's also worked with him later in The Abyss. But yeah, he's a great role. You can see him and Ripley kind of equal each other. And Ripley doesn't really want to get into the fight at first. It's only till later on in the film that she becomes that female action heroine. You think of a kick-ass woman, who do you think of? Ellen Ripley. It's either Ellen Ripley or Sarah Connor. And Sigourney Weaver as Ellen Ripley is just so charismatic, yet so kick-ass at the same time. She is her own woman. She is strong, independent, and just all-around badass. And she's pretty much like the precursor to what you'll see Mila Jovovich try to do in Resident Evil or Kate Beckinsale in Underworld. Nobody could really come that close, but Sigourney Weaver solidified her place in movie history in the role of Ripley. I mean, she is Ripley. I can't imagine anybody else as that character. And in the original story, it's supposed to be a guy, so it shows you how good the character is. And James Cameron's really great about writing female characters. He understands female characters. You can see that in the Terminator films, Titanic, and Avatar, where here he really gets to delve more into the character of Ellen Ripley and just exactly what makes her tick. And yeah, the effects are amazing. Models, and again, the Alien Queen, that last part. Holy shit, 14 to 16 animatronics as well as some model scenes, and James Cameron does everything practical that he can practical and in camera, and it just adds to the fight. I just love it where the Queen just rips Bishop, she's after Newt, and then that famous line in the mech suit where she's like, "Get away from her, you bitch!" That part is just phenomenal. I love that line. It's the most iconic line out of the entire series and the entire Alien anthology. And it's just all around, this movie's awesome. It's a terrific climax. And again, with the animatronic scenes, you have scenes of suspense with Newt in the water. You have the little face huggers going around like spiders, just creepy. Paul Reiser being a jerk. The aliens doing smart things that you would not expect as going on the vents and stuff. Hicks finding them. Just all around, it's just a great story with great action. That's what makes it such a great action movie, a science fiction movie. What makes it a great film? It's good to have action. You can have movies with great action that'd be enjoyable, but it's even better when you have a great story to go with that great action. And Aliens just has everything. So what do I give Aliens? I give Aliens a 5 out of 5, a 10 out of 10, and an A+ for awesome and just Aliens. It is a fucking awesome movie. If you have not seen Aliens, don't watch any of these reviews. Go watch it, and either version. I would probably go the theatrical first if you're like looking to just watch it and have a good pace and everything. I really love the special edition, but it's just quite longer, even longer than the Terminator 2 Judgment Day special edition. So just make some time for it if you're going to watch a special edition. And you can find those on the Alien Anthology Blu-ray set. They have both the theatrical and special edition versions. Aliens meets my highest recommendation. That is my reaction to it. It is an awesome 80s action movie. That's also a science fiction one. Oh, I almost forgot. James Horner has an amazing score. He got some elements from Star Trek II Wrath of Khan and Star Trek III Search for Spock, but it's a wonderful score. It adds a level of excitement to the scenes. And he later on worked with James Cameron in Titanic and Avatar. But yeah, Aliens is just an awesome, awesome movie. Anyway, I would love to go into it into more detail, but yeah, we all know where it went after Aliens. And Aliens, it's one of the few sequels that is not only just as good as the original, but maybe better than it in many ways. It is the best Alien film in my opinion, and one of the best 80s action movies. So yeah, go check out Aliens. And if you have seen Aliens, let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite moment from Aliens and what did you think of it? What's your favorite Alien film? I'm really looking forward to see what Ridley Scott does with Alien Covenant, but I almost wish they would give James Cameron another shot at an Alien movie. He does such a fantastic job, and he's such a perfectionist. He had some trouble. They filmed it in London with a London crew, but you know what? He really proved his directing chops with this film. Terminator was a fantastic start, but Aliens further solidified his place as a filmmaker in cinema that led him on to The Abyss, T2, True Lies, and eventually Titanic and Avatar. But yeah, Aliens is a fantastic film, and go see it. I give it a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, and an A+. Anyway, that's all for today, and feel free, like, comment, subscribe, check out my other videos. I have other videos on this channel. I reviewed Alien in my Final Cut segment, and then I give a brief ranking on my favorites of my favorite Alien films. And then be on the lookout for a future news segment I have called Gaming Hour, which I'm going to be talking about my experience with the video game Alien Isolation. Holy shit. Anyway, that is all for today, and yeah, check out Aliens, it's awesome.